Hello, Stewart families. This is your principal, Audra Goodman, coming to you with this week's Star Review. Now, this week I'm going to talk to you about the world of testing. Now, I know testing doesn't seem like a very exciting or personal topic, but it is actually very personal to me. Growing up, tests were hard for me. School was hard for me. And to this date, I don't think I've ever passed a standardized state test. I never, ever admitted to anyone what my SAT scores were. Testing was always a source of embarrassment and frustration for me. And looking back, it's not that I wasn't bright. It's not that I didn't know how to do things. A lot of it was that I just simply didn't know how to take the test. And I was very unconfident about my level of performance. And I got really wrapped up in my head. And I'm sure that made it just worse. So very soon for our 3rd through 6th graders, we do have SBA testing coming up. So we're talking a lot at school about getting ready for this test. Now, starting in an early as pre-K, the second kids get into any education now, there is some kind of testing or assessment that's going to happen that they're going to engage in. Learning to take tests and having a good attitude about testing and learning those skills is going to help them in the long run because it's just never going to go away in the world of education. Testing is an important skill that they're going to need for their entire lives. When they're done with school, they're still going to be able to deal with that kind of pressure and to be able to perform, whether it be getting ready for a job interview, if they choose to go to college. Many jobs for promotion and advancement are going to need to take tests. I remember my first serving job. I had to take a test and pass the knowledge of the whole entire menu before they would put me on the schedule. So it's something that's going to keep on happening. So it's super important that we teach the kids perseverance, good skills, and to talk to them about lessening their anxiety and how they feel around testing. So I really, really encourage you to talk to your kids about what they're learning about test taking, talk to them about the SBA, try to normalize it, try to make it not be so stressful or anxious. Really focus on telling them to do their very, very best over performance based because they're not going to pass every test and that's okay. But did they do their absolute best? Did they give their best effort? That's going to take them super, super far. And this is something we're going to have to partner together to do because every year there's going to be tests and we want them to perform and we want them to do great. It lets us know what they've learned. It lets us know what they need to know. It lets them know about all of their hard work that paid off. So keep talking to your kids about that. Thank you for collaborating with us on that. And we know that your kids are going to do awesome this testing season. All right, our parent tip. Are you spending meaningful time with your family? Now, frequent, meaningful, undivided attention with your family, it's going to help children reach their full potential in life, and it's going to be super fun for you. But life is also extraordinarily busy. I know I'm super busy. I feel like I'm always just rushing from point A to point B. I am a mom and I've got to be really intentional about making sure the time that I spend with my family does count. So I'm going to state a few questions and just in your mind, say to yourself, is this a yes or is this a no? So here we go. Do you strive to eat meals as a family regularly? Then include your child in mealtime conversations. Do you balance your child's structured activities with plenty of time for reading, relaxing, or just hanging out? Do you have a bedtime routine that includes spending time, at least 5 minutes, talking with your child? Do you schedule one-on-one time with your child each week? Have you designated screen time and free times away from screens and off of digital devices? Because digital devices can cause separation even when family members are sitting together. So just ask yourself, if some of these are yes, great. If some of these are no, how could I change that up? I was doing this tonight. Normally my kids are on their devices while I cook dinner or do something because I'm just scrambling to get everything done. But tonight I had them pull out Jenga and sit on the floor while I cooked, and we talked and they played that, and it was simple and everything got done in the same time instead of them being sequestered to their rooms waiting for me to finish on their devices. So try little things wherever they fit in. All right, updates for this week. We are in the midst of our March Gladness Drive. It is sponsored by CIS in partnership with our PTA, and it is supporting Mary Bridges Children's Hospital, specifically their oncology and hematology department. So when kids have to get their blood taken and get their little pokes and pricks and it's scary for them, after about 4 or 5 times they earn coins and they can draw from the treasure box, and a lot of time it's gift cards. So we're asking for $10 gift card donations to fun places that kids would like to go to, Chick-fil-A, Crumble, whatever you can come up with. Also, Fred Meyer gift cards and any donations are super helpful. We have families that need gas to get back and forth to the hospital, finding quick and easy meals, just making ends meet and while dealing with a sick child. So if you send those gift cards with your children in the morning, they're able to drop them in our PTA safe to turn them in, and they're working towards free ice cream for the whole school if they reach their goal of spreading some March gladness. We also have Steam Night coming up on April 3rd from 5:30 to 7. More information is coming, but I want to make sure you mark your calendars for that. It is a great and wonderful event. And finally, in the spirit of testing, my 4th and 6th grade parents, because your children bring their computers home, please make sure you are sending them every day with their computers, and that at night you make it a routine to charge them. Computers do updates when they charge at night, and if they're dead and then they come to school, they're kind of useless to us for a really long time until we can fix that problem. So it would really help if you would charge them and make sure your kid brings them, as we are getting ready and doing lots of practice tests for the SBA. Also, they just use them every day in class, so it's really hard when they don't have them. Thank you so much, families. I hope you have an amazing week and a very happy St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. And remember, stars have deep roots. See you next week.